Good morning, evening, or night, my fellow sky people. You're watching Cola Games. I'm Cola, and today's game, if you didn't already tell by me calling you by name, is Sky Cotl. Alright. The hopeful steward does indeed want us to go through Eden. Every village has been awakened. Brave the storm to guide spirits back to this refugee. But there are actually some other things we can do instead of having to go through there first. So we're actually going to go back this way. And we are going to start with the Radiance. There are two entrances to the same place. So this will go down here. This is where we unlock the hairdresser. That's why it has a little hair symbol on the thing. We will unlock more of these, but I think we do have to go through Eden to do those. But in order to do this, which is the Radiance Guide, we don't have to do that. We don't have to go through Eden. Up here is also the way in to the dye shop. It's all in the same building. So, yeah. As you can see, there we go, above my head here, the dye. I'm trying to take the perfect screenshot. Hang on. Good enough. Alright. With that being said, let's do the Radiance Guide Quest. So you can come in here through either door, interact with this billboard with the question mark above it. And I will skip the cutscenes. I want you to be able to watch them on your own when you do it, if you haven't done this yet. Okie dokie. So, the Radiance Guide has gone down here. As you can see, there is a blue star to tell me, just in case I did forget. Yes, these blue stars, I don't know if I've mentioned them yet or not, but they are normally what you want to follow and, do. It is probably the quest you have activated. This cutscene isn't worth skipping, so I'm not going to. I want to just say that if this is showed up on your feed, then it is your input, your sign. It is your sign to play Sky. Anyway, like it said, colors are trapped inside of these darkness planes. And they turn into butterflies. Why is it how it works? But I don't know. I guess the butterflies are like trapped inside of the darkness planes, I guess. By the corruption and stuff. You return red light to the dye workshop. The spirit still requires one more color. So we are going to go and find that color inside of the actual realm. Yellow bike, new darkness plants in the daylight prairie. It kind of skips over the Isle of Dawn. So I don't know why I did that. I don't know if you have to do that or not, but yeah. Anyway, Let's go to the Daylight Prairie then. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. The blue star will be above the Daylight Prairie. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Eden and how some stuff is locked behind going through there, but I still don't want you to rush and go through there, like, immediately. I do want you to explore. I want you to find spirits within the realms. Some people choose to find all the spirits in the realms that you can find first before going through Eden, which honestly isn't that bad of an idea. But you can honk, you can see plenty of blue stars to indicate where the darkness plants are. The darkness plants, I'll show you when we get there, that they kind of show what colors they're gonna have inside of the darkness plants. Let's go... Oh, there are literally none here. Alright, let's just go straight through. I want to go to the prairie. Oh yeah, there is also a wing light on top of that, and I wonder if we can go inside of here. We can. We have collected all 4 spirits from the prairie, actually, in our very first video. So we're going to go ahead and collect these wing lights because I do need them to help me out to get further and be able to fly better. I do also have a wing light video on my channel that shows all the location of the wing lights, if you're interested in trying to find that. Yeah. Let's just go to the Prairie Village. There are plenty of darkness plants here. So we're gonna go over here to this one. We are trying to find yellow specifically. This plant, it looks like it has purple, maybe a little bit of yellow in there, but it looks mostly purple. So, you start at the ends. 2 people per vine does burn the vine faster. It used to be do long honks to make it burn faster, but they have changed it, so that does not work anymore. So if you're a returning player and wondering why your long honks isn't helping you, they changed it, that's why. They don't do that no more. Oh, it looks like a lot of red. Maybe that's not purple, maybe it's red. Alright, this plant did not have any yellow. It was all red. So, here's yellow. See this tiny plant here? And see how it looks yellow? And we're gonna do that, and there is our yellow butterfly. There are different size darkness plants. There are the little ones like that, or like this, and then the big ones we burnt first. But now we have collected the yellow light, telling us to return to the Radiance Guide. So we're going to go back to the Avery, to our current home location. And I wonder if I can get to the original home. I guess we'll find out while we're here in Avery. But first, let's go back to the Radiance Guide. These are free, those 2 that I just collected, and we're gonna skip this cutscene, so I'll see you in just a moment. Wow, we already unlocked the workshop for the ability to dye cosmetics. I honestly thought that would be at the end. But if you go over here to this thing, it looks like where you would take a picture to me. Like in the old Sears or something, and they had like this roll of paper basically like this. where you stood in front of it to take a picture. But yeah, you click on the little dye emblem or a little water droplet there, and now we can dye our outfits. We do not have much yet. It didn't give us the yellow butterfly. That's sad. But we're about to unlock all of these dyes here. So you will be able to dye whichever color you want once you collect the amount of butterflies. Up above you can see 3 out of 2. 3 is how much it cost, 2 is how much I have, I think. Right? I think I said that backwards. I think 2 is actually the amount it cost, and then 3 is how many I have. Otherwise, it wouldn't let me unlock this. But, yeah. We'll come back here and talk more about what... Anyway, we'll come back here and talk more about that once we actually get all of the dyes. So we're gonna go back here, collect this free yellow dye. 3x yellow dye. Nice. Alright, now it's just as simple as continuing. Alright, once again, the spirit has walked down into the basement, I suppose I'm gonna call this. You follow it down here. The spirits don't really have a gender, by the way. None of them are really male or female, and it was, confirmed by TGC of that. So, that is why I'm gonna call them an it and a them. And I will accidentally call them a boy and a girl sometimes, but just know that they are not actually gendered. Some types of colored light appear less frequently. Mostly, black and white are going to be your rarest color dyes. But here we go again. And if you're thinking that it used to be a little different on collecting light, I mean, the plant thing is the same, where the plant appears down here and you burn it. But going and actually collecting them used to be like the daily collect light. Not the wandering lights like today's dailies. But, yeah. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's completely fine. You don't really have to, because like I said, they have changed it. We are going to the hidden forest and getting some sight and light. But yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't really worry about it too much. But if you do, then yes, they have changed it. I do believe. Because I remember actually going and collecting, like, the orb of colored light. That was from our last quest. But, my bad. Alright, anyway, to the forest. The blue light does indeed truly indicate where we're gonna go. And me saying that will make sense at the very end of this. But yeah. Excuse me. Here's a seasonal candle for you, too. And if you don't know about the seasonal candles, I think I just did explain in one of my other videos. But just in case you haven't watched it or you don't know, the seasonal candles are for the season. And right now it's the season of Carnival. There are 4 in the realm, the same realm as your daily quest every day. And those 4 candles equal an extra single seasonal candle. And now, with this, the plant is already burned. That is fine. The only problem is that none of that was a cyan light. Here's another seasonal candle for you as well. We gotta go through the gate. But yeah, it does not matter if the darkness plants are pre-burned or not. All that matters is you collect the correct colored butterfly. Hey look, there's seasonal candle number 3. I might as well just show you all of them at this point. Alright, yeah, I gotta go through here anyway. Seasonal number 4 will be right through here. On your right in this tree. And that is your extra seasonal candle for the day. Ah, there we go. Some cyan light. Beautiful. But yeah, back to the Radiance Guide we go. Oh, I do want to mention that you don't have to go straight back to the Radiance Guide. Like, if you're in the forest and you want to go explore the forest, even though you still have collected the light, that's fine. You don't have to immediately go back like I'm doing. I'm just doing it this way to just show you through the quest line, basically. But yeah, I definitely wanted to mention that. Here we are. Once again, when you come back, you just interact here. I do have a feeling we're about to jump right back into a cutscene here, so... But yeah, just click the interaction prompts is all I can really say. And it does give you a lot of free stuff. And the Radiance Guide specifically gives you free colors and some free hearts. Which, heart currency is a little hard to explain until I have another account I can interact with. Go ahead and continue. During that cutscene, I thought about it for a minute. And simply enough, you can get hearts by 2 ways. One way is the spirits here. Sometimes they give it to you for free, like the Radiance Guide, for completing your quest, or tasks, whatever you want to call them. Or you can sometimes buy it from spirits, like the travel spirits, or I think there's some in your constellation spirits as well that you can buy hearts there with candles. And there are also your friends. It costs 3 regular candles to gift a heart to your friend. And there are a lot of Sky players that are willing to do a heart exchange, which means you give them a heart, they'll give you one. But yeah, I should have already sat on this while I was explaining, because this just rinse and repeat for the rest of these quests, really. Just different realms. Alright, so we do this once more. I am actually running out of time, so I hope we are almost done, or I might have to split this. Oh my. Okay, is there only 2 more? If there's only 2 more, I will go through it real quickly. Or technically 3, including this one. So, the next few ones are just going to be lickety-split, bring back purple light from the wasteland, beware of the krill. So yeah, let's go to the wasteland. Bonk. You just click on the candle, same as the white candles. I mean, I know your daily quests are different and it just automatically gives you the candle. I'm talking about the actual hidden candles in the realm that slowly fill up that candle as you go through, as you've seen earlier. But yes, once again, it is correctly above the wasteland. Uh-oh, I might have to skip this into 2 parts. I don't think we can get to the cave. We might be able to get to the cave the prairie caves, more specifically. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's go into Wasteland this time. Here's our darkness plants. Anyway, goodness, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot what light we're supposed to bring back. Was it blue? No. Purple. I bet it was purple. Indeed it was. Alright, back to the Radiance Guide we go. Oh, I completely forgot to see if we could go to the original home. And I'm calling it the original home because Avery didn't used to exist at one point in Sky. They did add Avery later on. So this is not the OG or original home. And a lot of people prefer their home to be in the original home. For a lot of them, it's because that's where they started playing the game, and also it does tend to be more convenient, even in my personal opinion. But they're actually about to change the layout to Avery, so we'll see if that helps or makes it worse. I know a lot of people already don't like how it looks. And skip this cutscene! Oh, and also, by the way, these things that I'm clicking on and collecting, I mean, you obviously have to collect these to get to the next quest, but these on the side, you can technically just leave them there and come back later. I don't know why you really would, but I don't know, I just figured I'd mention that. They don't really disappear. Air, white light, and black light from places like Prairie Peaks and Eye of Eden. Now, with that said, first of all, Eden has two parts. And there is a very clear split past the point of no return, which means you're stuck there and you lose all your wing lights no matter what. And you go through the end, the cutscene, and the stuff. But you can technically go into Eden without having to go past that point. And I will show you that later. But my whole thing is, one, the vault, wrong. Like it said, Prairie Peaks and Eden, and if we're lucky, we'll only have to go to the Prairie Caves. So, we're gonna go to the Daylight Prairie, hence the end of the name Prairie. That's why everybody calls it just the Prairie. And then everything in the prairie is called, like, Prairie Village, or the Prairie Cave, or, well, Sanctuary is kind of the oddball out. You technically go through Prairie to get to there. But, the Prairie Peaks, the Prairie Temple. That's kind of how it goes, like, the forest, you got, oh man, actually I don't know. Triumph, actually, that's kind of the only one like that, because Triumph is like, you got the Hidden Valley, or like the Village of Dreams, and you got like the Ice Rink and the Citadel. But yes, we are in Butterfly Fields, which is also doesn't have prairie. Do people call this the Prairie Fields? Now it's a rabbit hole, and now I must find out. But anyway, you're here, you go over here to the left, right before that little hollowed out rock, I guess? Or tiny cave, or I don't know what you want to call it. The Butterfly Cave? But we go through here, and if you followed along in my first video where we collected all them spirits, then you will be able to go through here as well. I have not done anything on this account off screen. No. So, we're in here, do a honk, and hopefully... Nope, this is gonna be red and yellow, isn't it? They don't want to burn. If they don't burn, you can just honk at them, and they eventually burn, in my experience. But we are looking for white. That is actually really helpful, but also, I don't see any white. Okay, we did not get lucky, it seems. So, with that being said, you're at the entrance to the cave. We're gonna go to the left, and dang, now we can't go here yet. This is Prairie Peaks. We have to go find one spirit in the forest. I am out of time, so I'm gonna have to take a break here and finish this video when I get the chance to. Which means it probably will not be uploaded today. It'll probably be edited and uploaded tomorrow. I'm probably just gonna be able to finish recording it at this evening. But, yeah. With that being said, no time at all will pass for you, but a bunch of time would have passed for me. And we will see you then. Okie dokie. So, it has been a whole day since I was able to play. With that being said, the seasonal candles in this video that we went and collected in the forest are actually yesterday's seasonal candles. Today's is going to be in the Valley of Triumph. Sorry about that. I wanted to get it uploaded yesterday. So, that part, I mean, it's technically not useless because the seasonal candles will come back to the forest. And they do have, like, a chance of being in the exact same spots. So, yeah, with that, let's just get back into doing what we were doing, and with that said, we need to go to the forest and find a spirit so we can get to the Prairie Peaks, so we can get black and white light from the Prairie Peaks for our last Radiance Guide Quest. So yeah, that is simply all this is. It should be right through this gate. There should be a spirit. We actually seen it earlier when we were doing the thing earlier. Alright, yep, here we are. Let's just relive this one, simply enough. It's still wanting me to do the darkness plants. We won't be finding any black or white here. We have to go to Prairie Peaks. Technically, you could go to the Eye of Eden as well, but the peaks. Why? Okay, there we go. Wouldn't like to open the gate. Normally, honking at things will normally get them to work, I hope I'm not talking too loud or too quiet. Oh. What? There we go. We do gotta do this, because it's the first time we live the spirit. If it's not your first time living the spirit for one, then you don't need to, because the gate will already be open, the constellation gate. Or, I don't know. It's really early in the morning right now for me. I think I can just go back from here and be able to go through that constellation gate now. I don't think we have to go to the end of the realm. So let's try it. And if you didn't see us go to here last time, we're just gonna go the exact same way, just super fast. It's already here once, I do believe. Or if not, then it doesn't matter. Because I don't know if I'm actually gonna cut that out or not. I guess we shall see. But here we go, to Prairie Peaks. We have already been over that constellation gate, and now to get through it. I haven't done anything that I have not recorded on this account. And there we go. It did indeed count. So, with that being said, if you have skipped to here, welcome back. We are now able to get through this constellation gate that needed us to find a forest spirit. And now we need to go in here and take this boat to Prairie Peaks. Alright, here we are. Let's go this way into the actual area and get some of these darkness points. And hopefully we will find what we are looking for. But yeah, welcome to the peaks. This area is actually really pretty, especially at night too. Looks like a bunch of red and yellow. Maybe some white? Alright, we got some white. I think we just need to find some black. Where did all the butterflies go? There was more. Right? go? There's one over here. No, black. We might have to actually go into Eden just a little ways. Because I'm not finding any black butterflies here. Oh wow, all the way up there. Can I even get up there? Honestly, no. I don't think I can get up there. Well, I tried. I think we are gonna have to go into Eden just a little ways. All I can do is warn you to not go past the point of no return. If you get to a point where it asks you, are you sure you want to continue? Basically just click no, and then if it asks you want to go back to the home, click yes, and you will be a-okay. But with that being said, I guess we're gonna have to go to Eden. Also, since it's been a long time, that blue star doesn't show up above a realm anymore. But it is still an active quest, as the darkness plants still show up when I honk as well. They do. But no, it's not going to be in the vault. I know for a fact. The vault barely has any darkness plants at all, let alone black and white light. Alright, but time to open this gate up. You can tell by the door it feels up, and also the little flame icon will disappear when it is ready. Yeah, we are not going all the way through Eden. We are just going to go see if we can't find the correct colored butterflies, and then we are leaving. There we go, immediately a black. Alright, that is very awesome. If you don't get immediately a black just right there, I am gonna continue a little bit just in case. Well, the wind, oh my goodness. Yeah, jumping here isn't ideal, or you'll just go flying backwards, really. But you can actually go down there. I didn't know this for a long time. You can actually skip and just kind of go down here. And apparently there's a path up here. Like, I didn't know this was here for like a really long time. I was just dodging the rocks up there. But yeah. So there's that. Oops, like I said, don't jump. I guess we don't see the darkness plants anymore because of the thing. See, I don't ever go that way, so now I actually have no idea where I'm at. It doesn't seem to be letting me go that way. I honestly have no clue. How are you supposed to get up there? I guess right here. Okay, well. Right here is definitely normally a lot of butterflies. Oh my goodness. It's so hard with this to not jump. But there's another black butterfly. Wait, so hopefully by here you have collected your stuff. But this is not the point of no return. Not quite yet, but at the same time, I do suggest not going past this point. One, this jump is really hard to get past anyway, unless you're chibi size or get lucky, like I almost just did. Or you can do kind of like that. But yeah, if you didn't get it yet, I mean, you could totally put a pin in it and like come back another day, or go back to the peaks another day and try to get it, because each day there'll be different darkness colored plants there, the butterfly plants there. So yeah, but I am gonna go ahead and return them home, or Avery I mean, and I'm also gonna grab a drink real quick though, so I will be right back. Alright, one final time to the Radiance Guide Quest. I will go ahead and say that, oh, what was I gonna say? I thought about it when I took a drink, and then I immediately undid the recording to where it would record, and I completely just, whoop, right out of my mind. Flew away. Anyway, I guess we're just gonna go back to the Radiance Guide. There's not much else to do. That was indeed... Oh, that's right. Thank you, my brain. All I was saying is how we collected a white dye in the Prairie Peaks and a black dye in Eden. So no, you do not have to collect them both at once. If you end up getting lucky and finding a random white dye in one of the realms, then there you go. Now you're done collecting the white dye. If you get really lucky and find a black dye in any of the realms, then there you go. That's also what I want to mention. The black and white is not only Prairie Peaks and the Eden. They're just more common in those two places. But they can technically appear anywhere throughout the realms. But again, it's very rare. But like I said, if you want to take your time and just go through and then end up collecting them when they just pop up, that's totally fine. It will still count as a quest, and it should count even if they are collected days apart. So hopefully I have not steered you astray with that, because I actually don't know the days apart. I just know that we collected the white dye in Peaks and the black dye in Eden. So with that, last but not least, one last skippable cutscene. Technically two. Alright, there is another cutscene, but no more quests. That indeed was the very last quest. Go ahead and collect those free dyes. This cape will not be free. That will be the only thing not free in this whole spirit tree. It will cost hearts, and we'll see how many in just a second. Okie dokie, in order to not show spoilers, I have to stay really zoomed in right here. But basically, the spirits want me to create a style for myself. So, let's do... Ooh, yeah, let's do a pretty purple. Do I have enough to do pretty purple? And then make my mask a blue. And you can mix colors to make other things. The mask is really hard to see. So I'll go back to the cape. But see how that kind of like made a reddish kind of color? That's like a hazy dark purple. That just turned white for some reason. That's an orange. That's also a brighter orange. That just looks red. But yeah, see how red, and then it's a really dark red versus a lighter red, or a yellowish red, or a greenish red, or a pink, apparently, with a blue and red. But, yeah. Actually, let's just go with the purple. I like the bright purple. We unlock, and I'm probably gonna have to... Alright, there we go. We have officially completed all of the quests. Another cutscene. Alright, there we go. The Dye Shop Radiance Guide Quest are officially complete. Oh, that's a cartwheel. I thought it was like a celebration. There we go. Nope, that's a roll. Or a break dance, I mean. Big thumbs up. There we go. I'm not used to having not all of my emotes. But, yeah. With that, you now have fully unlocked the dye shop and fully unlocked all of your collectible colors. You do have to collect more of them to be able to dye more. But, yeah. With that, all that's left to say is a proper farewell. So, I hope you have a good day, week, month, and even year. One final goodbye.